Thank you, Menka. Thank you for the introduction. Welcome, everybody. Welcome our chief guest, Justice Ramanna. Welcome all our friends who have been away for so long. We've reconvened as the Red Ink Awards finale after a very long time. In the meantime, we've had serious losses. We've lost a lot of our friends. A lot of our friends have been in trouble. Just to give you an example, Vivek Bendre, a senior reporter, a senior photographer of the Hindu, passed away a couple of months ago. Saroj Tripathi, a journalist of the Navbharat Times, is no more with us. Shashi Balega from the Femina and later HT, and also one of the anchors of the Tata Lit Fest, again passed away quite tragically. After that, not only from Mumbai, but from further shores, there's been Mr. Sunil Jain, Chanchal Pal Chauhan of the Economic Times. These are some of the people who we respected and adored, and they're no more with us. And who can forget Vinod Dua, a recipient of the Red Ink Awards 3 years ago, again went away, took away and went away because of complications arising out of Corona. Friends, it's not just these 13 or 14 people that we are talking about. We are talking about more than 400 journalists who have lost their lives to this infection. Not only that, journalists have been forced to work in conditions which is much beyond the call of duty. 50 journalists right in the first wave, 50 photographers right in the first wave of Corona contracted the infection and had to be quarantined together. Today, they have recovered and are working well, but they faced the stigma in the first wave. Thereafter, we find that these are the warriors who went out much beyond the call of duty. People from Bhaskar, from the Daily Bhaskar, for instance, went to crematoriums, went to mortuaries, counted the dead, and exposed state governments which were trying to show that there were not so many deaths. But these are the people who also put their life on a limb. Friends, we must commend these people who overnight became Corona warriors in the true sense of the word. Beyond this, journalists have been facing a different kind of oppression, a different kind of challenge, which we must also outline. First, we faced the challenge from the managements. Unfortunately, companies did not stand up for their journalists and non-journalist employees. This is unfortunate. Many of them were fired and had to look for jobs. Many of them faced wage cuts and could not survive with the meager wages that were paid to them. These are the people who should have been stood up by the companies. The companies should have supported their staff. It did not happen. Again, beyond this, the state, which said that they would support Corona warriors, unfortunately did not. There was oppression from the state, FIRs filed by various state governments against journalists who went and exposed the lacuna, the bad preparation, and the inability of health systems to face up to the challenge. We also had, for instance, there was the instance in Bandra in Mumbai, where journalist Rahul Kulkarni on 15th April 2020 was filming. He was a video journalist. He was filming and reporting on the immigrants who had collected in large numbers protesting that trains were not available. And FIRs were filed against him and his crew. There's also been the widespread use of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act against journalists. Sham Meera Singh of Assam, 2 journalists from HW News. Who can forget Siddiqui Kappan, who was rushing to Hathras to cover the gang rape, and he was arrested under UAPA. Today, he's languishing in jail, and he needs our support. Friends, we have to remember that these are the big challenges before us. Beyond this, journalism as a defense reaction has moved online, and where there has been repression of mainline newspapers, of mainline video programs and channels, journalism has moved to various digital forms and is flourishing there. However, here too we face the challenge of the Information Technology Intermediary Guidelines, what is called the Ethics Code, where the last frontier of fairly free journalism is sought to be curbed. It is not a joke that today, out of 180 nations, we are 143rd on the Freedom Index, as per the Reporters Beyond Borders have been surveying. It's not good news at all. But there is one thing that keeps us on. The fact that if the powers that be, if the establishment crushes one form of journalism or takes out or is repressive towards one form of journalism, it sprouts up again. In the last 4 to 5 years, we've seen hundreds of new digital platforms open. And if one closes down, there are good stories in another. Friends, welcome to all the great stories, all to the great journalism that we are presenting. And we look forward to your activity and to your participation in the coming Red Ink Awards, which you will see from henceforth. Thank you so much.